Hello, this is Nisar from Manix Consultant, and today we have a very special guest with us, Kashif Nasir from Annex English Club, and she'll be talking about how to become a good English speaker in short span of time, and she'll be talking about some important tips and tricks that can be productive for becoming an English speaker in short span of time, and also she'll be unveiling some myths which have been manipulated about English language speaking. So let's talk to Kashif. Hi, Kashif.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. So can you please tell us that how did you become an English speaker?
Well, there's a well-known proverb that practice makes a man perfect.
Yeah.
So as much as you practice, like it makes you much better. And well, no one is perfect in this world, but at least you can be better than you are. So, well, I am 16 years old, and you can say I've practiced 15 years of my life. That is how we can. It's not like I started to practice when I was 1 year old. It's kind of, it's just about practice. Practice much. And the thing that made me and was very much supportive to me was imagination.
Well, I'm very delighted to hear that. And okay, so can you tell me one more question that, okay, so many people believe that, if you want to become an English speaker, so you need to go after, cramming tenses, learning or memorizing active voices, passive voices, and, memorizing the vocabulary stock of words as well. So do you really believe that these things are really important to, if you want to become an English speaker at the very beginning stage?
Well, it is not much necessary for the natives as they just speak, but it is necessary for the people who are not the natives. But there are two types of English, descriptive and prescriptive. So when we speak, we use the descriptive English. So, but as we all speak, we don't actually think about the tenses and about the passive and about the active and about the regular verbs and irregular and a lot of grammar. It's just we speak what we listen. And when you listen and listen and listen a lot of words and you see them making sentences and how to make sentences, and that makes you a kind of idea. And the stage comes where just words come to your mind and you just spill them out.
Yeah, actually, so I would like to add one more thing in it, that students come to us and they ask us to teach them tenses and other grammatical stuff in terms of teaching them the language. But as far as my opinion is concerned, and the research from the linguistics department is concerned, I think that language is something that cannot be it's not something mathematical that can be learned by cramming some formulas. It is something that should be set into your subconscious. For example, if you're Punjabi speaker and like I ask you something in Punjabi, then you will be abruptly responding to that thing abruptly, because Punjabi is something that has been set into your subconscious, and English is something as it is a second language, and you have to translate English into Punjabi, and then you have to translate that message from Punjabi to English, and it takes a lot of time as well. So I think that you need, as Kashif said, that you only need to practice and practice and practice, and a time will come that English will become a part of your subconscious, and you will be able to speak English without any sort of hesitation or without taking too much time. Am I right?
Most of the people cannot speak just because of the confidence.
Yeah.
And psychology says that whenever you read a word or whenever you listen to it, it remains in your mind till the death of yours.
I totally agree.
So you have words, you have the tenses in your mind, as we all learn it at a very young age.
Yeah.
So you have all of the grammar and all of the English in your mind, but it's not coming to your tongue. But you have to practice it and imagine it, and imagine someone who is close to you, who is not with you, and imagine them and talk to them. You are like two persons, they in one soul. It's kind of like that.
Yeah. Okay, so next question, and okay, do you think that accent really matters?
Okay.
Yeah.
For me, as I'm giving you tips about language, so in language, accent actually matters. But well, I say that accent is the beauty of the language.
Yeah.
It's it cannot be for the non-natives, but it's kind of bonus for you. But in English, your pronunciation matters, not your accent. But when you have your accent, it's kind of bonus for you.
Yeah.
You could become extraordinary in your own country when you're no native and you are capable of speaking 3 languages. Like if you're a Pakistani, you can speak Urdu and you're Punjabi as well, as you're living in a Punjab province.
Yeah.
And you can speak English with a great accent as well. So it means you can speak 3 languages. Because many people speak English, but in a straight accent. They don't make any kind of difference between others.
Yeah, exactly. But in Pakistani context, we often appreciate those guys, who have what we call the great accent. But as far as the linguistics is concerned, it has already always taught us that there must be correct pronunciation.
Yeah.
There are 2 different terms like pronunciation and accent. If you're pronouncing the word in a correct way, it means that like your language is correct. But as far as the question of accent is concerned, accent varies from person to person and place to place. For example, if you talk about the people who are living in Australia, they have their different accent, and if you talk about the people who are living in America, they would have their own accent.
A major difference between US and UK's.
Yeah. Okay. So, Kashyap, next question. I would like to ask that many people are there who find it hard to communicate their thoughts into English language. Okay, they understand well, they listen well, and but as far as the question of articulating their thoughts is concerned, they find it very hard to find words, appropriate vocabulary to convey their message. So, what should we do for that, or what should students do for that?
By the way, according to me, it is impossible. Like you can listen to it in a better way, but you cannot speak it. It's a kind of it's illogical thing. Like if you can listen to it accurately and in a better way, then obviously you can speak it because you speak what you listen. It's just some kind of hesitation you're having, and well, a person who is like immigrated to a native country whose native English native language is English.
Yeah, exactly.
And first language or official language is English. So you go there and you cannot listen to them and you cannot speak with them. So you can just like expressions and body language is the best way to speak or communicate with them.
Yeah.
Like.
Okay. So after that, I have another question that how can we improve actually our fluency in English language?
Fluency. It's not about the fluency. Well, I suggest people like when you are talking to your imagination, talking to yourself, work on your accuracy. Because as I told you, for non-natives, your accuracy, your tenses, especially when you're speaking professionally, your tenses and your verbs, all of the grammar and your pronunciations actually matters. And I think if you pronounce the word accurately, then you would have the accent. Because there's a one word, for instance, we can take it. It's a hour,
Yeah.
HOUR.
Yeah.
Most of the people say it R.
Or hover as well. Yeah.
Hover.
Yeah.
Hover is a kind of I think it's a hoverboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's or a hover table in
Yeah.
programming as well.
Yeah.
So the word is hour, but people say it or hover. I think when they would say it hour, they would definitely make an accent.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so after that, okay, so as you are a very good speaker of English, as far as my opinion is concerned, and there isn't any sort of doubt, it is very obvious thing that you possess very good qualities of English speaking. But why did you come to Annex Consultant? A very last question and a very important question.
A very last question and a very good question. And okay, I came to Annex Consultants to get good bands in IELTS test, and it's actually helping me out. And well, I'm good at speaking. It doesn't if you're good at speaking, it doesn't mean you're good at everything. You're good at speaking because no one's perfect, as I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Then we can be good at speaking, but maybe not at reading, maybe not in writing, maybe not in listening. Well, if we can speak good, we can obviously listen. So I'm here for reading and writing. And
how you experienced, by the way, at Annex Consultant? How is the
Yeah,
staff?
how the staff's really good, and he's a really great guy, and he helps every student here. And yeah, the teachers are great and well trained, and they help and very supportive to all of the students.
Yeah, thank you so much. And in future, we'll be making videos on IELTS, on PTE, and on other English languages. So do not forget to watch our upcoming videos and keep supporting us. And if you want to get IELTS or PTE coaching, you're more than welcome to join us at NX English Club. Thank you so much.